But today we are going to read one interesting verse, one of the prayers offered by Prahlad Maharaj, Bhaktha Prahlad. He offers these prayers to Lord Narasimha Deva. We all know Narasimha Leela. The Lord appeared from the pillar in order to keep up the words of his dear devotee Prahlad, to protect him and to kill the demon Hiranyakashipu. The Lord appeared in a half man, half lion form. He was very angry. Even after killing the demon Hiranyakashipu, he was very angry. All the devatas assembled. They were also angry. They were also afraid to approach the angry Lord. So finally, they asked Prahlad to go and pacify the Lord. So Prahlad, a small boy, 5-year-old boy, he goes in front of Lord Narasimha and starts offering prayers. So one of the prayers is what Prahlad Maharaj offered. We are going to discuss today, and this prayer talks about the ultimate insurance. Word by word, we will read. Please repeat after me. Balasya na iha sharanam pitarau nrsimha. Balasya neha sharanam pitarau nrsimha. Balasya neha sharanam pitarau nrsimha. Na artasya cha agadam uddanvati majjataha nauhu nartasya chagadam uddanvati majjato nauhu nartasya chagadam uddanvati majjato nauhu taptasya tat pratividhihi yaha iha anjasa ishtaha तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्टः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्टः तावद् विभो तनुभृताम् त्वत् उपेक्षितानाम् तावद् विभो तनुभृताम् त्वदुपेक्षितानाम् तावद्विभो तनुभृताम् त्वदुपेक्षितानाम् बालस्य नेह शरणम् पितरौ नृसिंह नार्तस्य चागदमुदन्वति मज्जतो नोः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्टः तावद्विभो तनुभृताम् त्वदुपेक्षितानाम् बालस्य नेह शरणम् पितरौ नृसिंह नार्तस्य चागदमुदन्वति मज्जतो नौः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्टस् तावद्विभो तनुभृताम् त्वदुपेक्षितानाम् Who can chant? Yeah. बालस्य नेह शरणं पितरौ नृसिंह नार्तस्य चागदमुदन्वति मज्जतो नौः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्ट तावद्विभोतनुभृतां त्वदुपेक्षितानाम्. Okay, who else? बालस्य नेह शरणं पितरौ नृसिंह नार्तस्य चागदमुदन्वति मज्जतो नौः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्ट तावद्विभूतनुभृतां त्वदुपेक्षितानाम्. Good. Who else? Ravi. बालस्य नेह शरणं पितरौ नृसिंह नार्तस्य चागदमुदन्वति मज्जतो नौः तप्तस्य तत्प्रतिविधिर्य इहाञ्जशेष्ट तावद्विभूतनुभृतां त्वदुपेक्षितानाम्. Okay. Synonyms. Please repeat. Balasya, of a little child. Na, not. Iha, in this world. Sharanam, shelter or protection. Pitarao, the father and mother. Nrisimha, O my Lord Nrisimha Deva. Na, neither. Artasya, of a person suffering from some disease. Cha, also. Agadam, medicine. Udanvati, in the water of the ocean. Majjataha, of a person who is drowning. Nauhu, the boat. Taptasya, of a person suffering from a condition of material misery. Tat pratividhihi, the counteraction, invented for stopping the suffering of material existence. Yaha, that which. Iha, in this material world. Anjasa, very easily. Ishtaha, accepted as a remedy. Tavat, similarly. Vibho, O my Lord, O Supreme. Tanubhritam, of the living entities who have accepted material bodies. Tvatupekshitanam, who are neglected by you and not accepted by you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj said, My Lord Narasimha Deva, O Supreme, because of a bodily conception of life, embodied souls neglected and not cared for by you cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician and medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient, and a boat on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Please repeat the translation. My Lord Narasimhadeva, O Supreme, because of a bodily conception of life, embodied souls, neglected and not cared for by you, cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician and medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient, and a boat on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Through parental care, through remedies for different kinds of disease, and through means of protection on the water, in the air, and on land, there is always an endeavor for relief from various kinds of suffering in the material world, but none of them are guaranteed measures for protection. They may be beneficial temporarily, but they afford no permanent benefit. Despite the presence of a father and mother, a child cannot be protected from accidental death, disease, and various other miseries. No one can help, including the parents. No one can help, including the parents. Ultimately, the shelter is the Lord, and one who takes shelter of the Lord is protected. This is guaranteed. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, shloka number 31, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaha pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Therefore, unless one is protected by the mercy of the Lord, no remedial measure can act effectively. One should consequently depend fully on the causeless mercy of the Lord. Although, as a matter of routine duty, one must, of course, accept other remedial measures, no one can protect one who is neglected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this material world, everyone is trying to counteract the onslaught of material nature, but everyone is ultimately fully controlled by material nature. Therefore, even though so-called philosophers and scientists try to surmount the onslaught of material nature, they have not been able to do so. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 9, that the real sufferings of the material world are four: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, birth, death, old age, and disease. In the history of the world, no one has been successful in conquering these miseries imposed by material nature. Prakrite kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 27. Nature or Prakriti is so strong that no one can overcome her stringent laws. So-called scientists, philosophers, religionists, and politicians should therefore conclude that they cannot offer facilities to the people in general. They should make vigorous propaganda to awaken the populace and raise them to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Our humble attempt to propagate the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world is the only remedy that can bring about a peaceful and happy life. We can never be happy without the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Tvadupekshitanam. If we keep displeasing our Supreme Father, we shall never be happy within this material world in either the upper or lower planetary systems. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. So, very beautiful verse with lot of meaning, important lessons for us. As I said, today's topic is the ultimate insurance. So here Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Balasya neha sharanam pitarau nrasimha. Oh Lord Narasimha Deva, Balasya na iha pitarau. Pitarau means parents, father and mother. They are the natural guardians of a child. A child depends on the parents for everything. And the parents are supposed to give protection, shelter to the child. The child is not capable of protecting itself from dangers. Therefore, parents are always watchful. They're always trying to give some or the other kind of protection to the child, isn't it? But Prahlad Maharaj is saying, no, parents are not the real protectors of their children. Balasya na iha sharanam. Sharanam means protection, protectors, protection, shelter. So why? Because there are so many examples that even though parents, they try so many ways to protect their child, even though parents are always watchful, still in front of their own eyes, many times, many examples, we see children are not protected. Children suffer so many difficulties and dangers, isn't it? We see that. Parents may have full good intention that I should protect my child from the danger, but many times they are helpless. They cannot give protection to their children. Any example of this? I remember one incident some years ago. This happened in our own city, Bannerghatta National Park. You must have heard Bannerghatta National Park. So during the summer vacation, especially during the holiday season, lot of families, lot of people visit Bannerghatta National Park to see the wild animals there, spend some time with the family and all such things. So when this incident was reported in one of the newspapers, so a family, father, mother, and two children, they went to see this different animals in the national park, and they were having a nice time seeing different animals. And children are generally playful. So there was one child. So when the child went near the tiger was kept inside a cage. And the child went and just showed its hand inside the cage. And immediately the tiger, pounced upon that child's hand, caught hold of the child, and pulled the child inside the cage because the child's body is very small, pulled it inside, and in front of the parents are all loudly shouting, help, help, but nobody is able to help. And the child died. Child was killed, eaten up by the tiger. So you see, parents cannot give protection. There are many examples like that. Even though we think that parents are our protectors, but they themselves are helpless in many situations. They cannot help us. So therefore, Prahlad is telling, no, parents are not the real protectors. They cannot assure real protection for their child, even though they have all good intentions to protect the child. But there are many examples, many cases, many situations where parents themselves are helpless. They cannot give protection, right? And then the next line of the verse says, Nartasya chagadam, Nartasya na artasya. Artasya means a suffering patient. Agadam means medicine. So whenever we fall sick, we go to the doctor, and the doctor, after testing us, after understanding what is the problem, he prescribes agadam, medicine, to cure our disease. So we think that this treatment, I have the best of the best doctor, best medicine he has prescribed, best hospital, top rated, number one hospital. That's how they advertise, no? Many hospitals. Recently, I visited one hospital. It was not at all looking like a hospital. It was like a mall. Very all very attractive things everywhere. You know, it's like a movie theater, a mall, that kind of a feeling. Very posh. So they want to show that you don't have to worry coming to our hospital. It's a nice experience. We will give you very good experience in the hospital, right? So we have so much faith. Oh, best doctor is treating us. Number one hospital, best facility, super specialty hospital, like that they say. But if the patient has to die, no medicine, no doctor, no hospital can actually save one from death. One may be the best surgeon, best doctor, but he cannot bring a person back from death. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Nartasya chagadam sharanam. The word sharanam has to be applied in all the cases. So this medicine is not the ultimate shelter or protection for a suffering patient. It is not that anybody who takes medicine, he is cured. Some of them may be cured, but in some cases, they may not be cured also. In spite of taking all medicine, there are so many examples. People do not get cured. Finally, they succumb to death. Many times we have seen, probably in the movies we have seen, where a very critical situation is there and a person is admitted into the hospital, maybe after a accident or something. All his family members, bring him on the stretcher up to the operation theater. They are crying, they are weeping, they are shouting. They bring him into the operation theater and they are not allowed to go inside. Then they're all standing outside. They pray to God. Other days they don't pray, at least that day when they pray to God. And then they also request the doctor, surgeon who is entering the operation theater, somehow please save our person, save my son. They do all kind of such things. And after some time, the doctor tries his best. He comes out saying, I'm very sorry. I could not save your patient. If you had brought a little earlier, probably he could have been cured or he could have been alive. We could have saved him. Like that he says. Isn't it? Have you seen such scenes? In real life also it happens. That means even the best of the best medical facilities cannot give us 100% guarantee that you will not face death. No guarantee. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Nartasya chagadam sharanam. Then, Udanvati majjato. Now, the third example Prahlad Maharaj is saying is, majjataha, a person who is drowning. Even the best of the best boats, ships, cannot protect a person from getting drowned. The famous Titanic movie was made after a real incident. Titanic was supposed to be the ship which never sinks. That's how it was advertised. And it was like a whole city in the ship. Everything, restaurant, bars, spa, best of the best facilities, everything is there in the Titanic. But still, it hit an iceberg and collapsed. Thousands of people were killed, isn't it? The ship which never sinks, they said. But it could not save those thousands of people who died. So Prahlad is saying, don't think that since I am in Titanic ship, so I am fully safe. Nothing can happen to me. I'm fully protected. No, there is no guarantee. Do not invest your faith in the so-called facilities of this world, because all the facilities of this world are created by human beings, and human beings are not perfect. When we take shelter of imperfect human beings, and when we take shelter of systems and protection schemes created by imperfect human beings, you cannot attain, you cannot be assured of perfect protection. So therefore, don't invest your faith in all of these things. Why? The next line. Taptasya tat pratividhirya ihanja sheshtaha tavad vibho tanubhrutam tvadupekshitanam. So, is Prahlad telling us that when you fall sick, you should not take medicine, you should not go to doctor? Or is he saying that you should, child should not have faith in its parents? Or is it saying that you should not travel by ocean and the ship? Is this what he's trying to say? No, that is not what he's trying to say. He's saying whatever best facilities are available, you utilize it, no problem, but do not have faith in them. Why? Because ultimately, tavat vibho tanubhrutam tvadupekshitanam. The ultimate protector is the Lord. If the Lord is protecting you, then these remedial measures will work. Remedial measures means taking medicine and having the best of the best facility, best ship, all these things will work if the Lord is willing to give you protection. But if the Lord is not giving you protection, you may have all these best facilities, it will not work. That means the ultimate protection, ultimate insurance is protection by the Lord. This is the highlight of this verse. Right? But if the Rakhe Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke. This is a Bengali proverb. What is the meaning of this? If Krishna wants to protect you, no one can harm you. But if Krishna wants to kill you, no one can save you. This is a secret. This only great realized personalities, pure devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, they know the secret. You look at what happened to his father. What is the father's name? Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu wanted to become deathless. So he performed severe tapasya. to please Lord Brahma. And he said, when Lord Brahma appeared, he asked him, make me immortal. I should become deathless. So Lord Brahma said, even I am not deathless. How can I make you deathless? What I have only I can give you. You're asking something which is beyond my jurisdiction, beyond my capacity to give. Ask something else. So Hiranyakashipu thought, he said, okay, I'll ask the same thing in a roundabout way. Oh Lord Brahma, please give me the benediction that I should not be killed either in the daytime or in the night time. I should not be killed by any humans or animals or devatas. I should not be killed in the sky or on the land or in the water. I should not be killed inside my house or outside my house. Like this. I should not be killed by any weapons, dry or wet. Like this, he has so many conditions he put. And Lord Brahma said, Tathastu, granted. Now Hiranyakashipu thought, now I got insurance against death. Now I have become deathless. He thought like that. Right? But did he become free from death? No. In the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Lord Krishna says this universal law, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. A person who has taken birth in this material world has to die. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Dhruvaha means it is fixed. What is fixed? Death is fixed. Any person who has taken birth has to die. There is no exception. Nobody is an exception for this. One may be very, very powerful. Alexander the Great, who had conquered almost the whole world, even he had to die. President of America, very powerful, he will also die. Many presidents have died already. So nobody is an exception. That's why there is a saying, no, as sure as death. There is nothing which is more sure in this material world as death. As sure as death. That means death is the surest thing that can happen to each one of us in this world. Surest thing. Correct? So instead of trying to follow the policy of Hiranyakashipu, try to dodge death through material ways. Lot of research has been going on from many decades. Best of the brains are working on this. How to become deathless. Actually, there are a lot of intelligent people are doing research in this. Is it possible to become deathless? We should conquer death. So Hiranyakashipu, modern version of Hiranyakashipu, trying to conquer death through material ways. It's not possible. Because that is the law of this world. Anyone who has taken birth has to die. Anything which is created has to be destroyed. Right? So now we are thinking, okay, now we will go to the Mars and live there. In that way, we can conquer some of the limitations that are imposed upon us on this planet. But no, wherever you go, this is what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, Lord Krishna says, even if you go to the topmost planet in this material world, which is called Brahmaloka, where Lord Brahma lives, even there you cannot escape the cycle of birth and death. As long as we are in this material world, we have to go through the cycle of birth and death. So, An intelligent person will not try to dodge death, but what he will do is, how can I prepare myself to face this death? How can I prepare myself to face death such that I don't have to again go through the cycle of birth and death? That is intelligence. Human form of life is an opportunity to reach that state of consciousness where one can become immortal, not through material means, not by inventing some formula, drinking some syrup, tonic, I'll become deathless, not that material way, spiritual way, because we are originally spiritual beings. We are not this body, we are soul. When we say a person dies, who is dying? The body is dying. Soul is not dying. Soul is immortal. Soul is deathless. It moves on to the next body. Now, human form of life, if we can develop Krishna consciousness, through Krishna consciousness, we can reach a state where we can become free from the bodily influence. That's called liberation. Becoming free from the attachment to the body and mind. Acting without being dictated by mind and body. That is spiritual platform. Only in human form of life it is possible to attain to that state. And that state is attainable simply through the process of bhakti. It is very, very easy. Anybody can practice this without any prerequisite qualifications. Just leave it, ignore it, don't worry. Focus on the message. So, anybody can attain this topmost perfection of Krishna consciousness. There are no prerequisite qualifications. Simply by the process of hearing and chanting, Shravanam and Kirtanam, about Krishna, not about other things. Every day also we are doing Shravanam and Kirtanam about various subject matters. But we have to do Shravanam and Kirtanam about Krishna. We have to hear about Krishna because he is our supreme spiritual father. Pitaham asya jagataha. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am your father. He is our eternal father. And he is assuring real protection. If you become conscious of me, then what happens? Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. He says, declare it boldly to the world, O Arjuna, O son of Kunti, that my devotee shall never perish. This is the ultimate protection, ultimate insurance. So if you compare the father and the son, Hiranyakashipu physically performed so many tapasya and all. He got benediction from Brahmaji, but he could not conquer death. But Prahlad, spiritually he advanced by taking guidance from pure devotee Narad Muni. He became a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. And in every difficult circumstance, he remained dependent on Krishna. And every time he was protected. His father tried so many ways to kill him, but nothing worked. Isn't it? Prahlad was protected each time. He was protected because the Lord protected him. So real protection is protection by the Lord, not by our own strength. Of course, as a matter of duty, as far as our intelligence allows, yes, we can plan our own protection. Like for example, if it is raining, yes, there is no problem to carry an umbrella. Oh, I am a devotee, I should always depend on Krishna only. If Krishna wants, he will save me from rain. No, not like that. Yes, Krishna has given you intelligence. First, use that. Krishna has given you intelligence that you can use an umbrella when it rains. As far as my intelligence allows, I will use all the remedial measures available to protect myself. But my faith should be not on these temporary measures, it should be on the Lord. If the Lord wants you to get drowned, even if you have the best umbrella, you will reach home wet all over your body. Right? On the contrary, if the Lord gives you protection, even with a very simple umbrella, or sometimes no umbrella, you're not planned only. Somebody will come and give you an umbrella. The Lord will protect you. So the point is, Prahlad Maharaj is telling that if the Lord upekshitanam, if we are neglected by the Lord, nothing can protect us. So what should we do so that we don't get neglected by the Lord? Of course, the Lord is seated in our heart as Paramatma. He is witnessing all our activities, not only in this one life, but from many, many lifetimes. He is just waiting when we will turn our face towards Him. Right now, we are Krishna Bahirmukha. Bahirmukha means we have turned our face away from Krishna. We are so much interested in enjoying this material world. We think all this is so important. Spiritual life is not important. That is our current state. 99.99% of the people in this world are like that. That's why this is called material world. It's a materialistic world. Everybody's interested in material pleasure. Right? But the Lord is waiting in our heart when this fellow will turn towards me. The moment we, by the guidance of devotees, we try to develop this Krishna consciousness, even little bit we start showing interest in spiritual life, then the Paramatma in the heart will reciprocate. You can see the reciprocation of the Lord. He will give us the right intelligence by which we can go back to Him. Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 10. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. If you show interest in me, I will give you the required intelligence by which you can escape the cycle of birth and death, and you can come to me in the spiritual world. We are actually, originally we are residents of the spiritual world. We belong to the spiritual world because we are not this material body. We are spirit soul. Our original address is spiritual world, Vaikuntha. That is our original home. But right now, since we have so many desires, the Lord has sent us to this material world. Oh, you had so many desires, try and enjoy. So material world is full of duality. There is pleasure, at the same time there is pain. Why? Because the Lord wants us to realize that we cannot enjoy independent of God. The more we think that we can enjoy independent of God, we try to go and enjoy the pleasure of having the rose, but we get also pricked by the thorn. That is the duality of this material world. We all plan only happiness in life, but misery also comes without planning. That's like buy one, get one free. That is a material world scheme. You say you want pain, you want pleasure. Along with pleasure, you will also get pain. But we don't want pain. So if we are intelligent, Prahlad Maharaj is saying and the Bhagavad Gita is saying, you must develop pure spiritual consciousness. And through this, we can actually escape the miseries of material world. We don't have to go through these miseries. We don't have to go through. Now we have to become intelligent and we have to choose Krishna. In every aspect of our life, we prioritize Krishna over other things. That is called spiritual life. It's not that when you become spiritual, you don't have to eat. No, you eat. But I will first offer to Krishna and then accept prasadam. In this way, eating is also spiritualized. Oh, in spiritual life, there is no enjoyment. Yes, there is so much enjoyment. What is that enjoyment? You take nice prasadam, you come to the temple, sing and dance in front of the Lord. There is enjoyment. Prabhupada said our temple is a spiritual disco. People pay money to the discotheque, they go there, they want to dance. They are not going there to watch somebody dance. For them to dance also you have to pay money and go. But here in temple you come, sing and dance Hare Krishna, free entry. Anybody can sing, dance anytime in front of the Lord and you will get much, much higher pleasure, higher kick. Stay high forever. You don't have to take some any other things to stay high. The holy name itself is very, very powerful. If you chant nicely in the association of devotees, you naturally stay high. So there is enjoyment in spiritual. This is pure enjoyment, soul enjoyment, soulful enjoyment. So therefore, every day we have to chant. We have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We have to study Bhagavad Gita. We have to read, understand what is there, discuss among the people who are interested, get to learn. Bhagavad Gita is very important for us to know what is there, what is the Lord saying. The Bhagavad Gita in 700 shlokas, the entire, whatever is supposed to be known, basics of spirituality, everything the Lord has mentioned. So once you understand Bhagavad Gita, then you can go to Bhagavatam, where more discussion, more detailed description is given about each and everything. Bhagavatam is an expansion of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a basic idea. Bhagavatam expands further, gives us more ideas with examples, with various historical incidents. So if you apply this principle of Bhagavad Gita, this is what happens. For that, this is an example. So you have to study Bhagavatam. First Bhagavad Gita, then Bhagavatam. So in this way, we should develop our Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not something new that we have to develop. We are originally Krishna conscious beings only because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are soul, we are not the body. Originally, we are all Krishna conscious, but we have forgotten now because we have come under the influence of illusion, Maya. Under the influence of Maya, we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. But when you chant and hear, our original consciousness, Krishna consciousness, will be revived. It's a revision, revival. Revival means it's not something new. Not something new that I have to develop. Originally, I am a lover of Krishna, but right now I have forgotten. Instead of loving God, I'm loving dog. Now, if I hear more and more about Krishna, if I chant His holy name, then my smriti will come back. My memory about Krishna will come back. Then I'll become happy because I'm situated in an original state. Right now, we are situated in an artificial state because I'm thinking I'm the body. How can I be the body? Because one day body will die. Body will go back to dust. How can I be? I'm eternal person. I'm not some temporary being. So I'm not the body. So I'm thinking I'm the body. I'm planning my life based on bodily requirements, bodily pleasures. This is artificial. And then based on the body, I'm thinking, since my body belongs to one part of the country, I am such and such. I am a Bengali, I am a Kannadiga, I am a Odia, I am Bihari, I am a Tamilian. These are all bodily designations. I'm Hindu, Muslim, Christian. These are all bodily designations. I am beyond all these designations. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Sanatana, I am eternal. And I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am eternally part and parcel of Krishna. This is my original position. So 500 years ago, Lord Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, Jiver Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. Jiver Swarup. What is our original Swarupa, our position? Krishnera Nitya Dasa. We are eternal servants of Krishna. That is our original position. So Krishna consciousness means to come back to this original position that I am servant of God. Right now I am servant of my senses, my mind, my body. So this is artificial. I'm not happy. How much ever you serve your senses, body, you will not be happy. Body will not say, oh, fully I'm satisfied now, enough. Mind will not say, oh, fully, nicely you have served me for an entire lifetime. I'm fully satisfied. No, mind will never say that. Mind will say more, more. Okay, this is over. Something more you should do. Crazy. So this is artificial. So when we come to the natural state, original state, I am servant of God. That is real happiness. And in that state, you can be carefree, fearless, complete protection by the Lord, like Prahlad. When his father ordered Prahlad, go and put him in drop him from the top of a mountain. Prahlad did not become afraid. Okay, if the Lord wants me to protect, wants me that I should be protected, he will protect me. My protection is Lord's responsibility. Therefore, he's always joyful. He's only chanting the Lord's names. He knows the Lord will protect me. 100% guarantee. Full insurance, full perfect insurance, that is ultimate insurance. And he was protected. So we can also come to that state of complete fearlessness and full of joy. We can also come to that stage if we follow in the footsteps of Prahlad. And what we should do is every day, Shravanam, Kirtanam. Shravana means hear about Krishna from the right source. Reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is also Shravanam. Because Prabhupada is speaking. Prabhupada is pure devotee. He has written purport each shloka of Bhagavad Gita according to the parampara understanding. He is a perfect representative of Prahlad. So you read Prabhupada books, hear Prabhupada lectures. This is Shravanam. Then Kirtanam means to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You chant. Kali Kale, Krishna Nama Rupa Avatar. In Kali Yuga, Krishna has taken incarnation, avatar, in the form of Nama Rupa, in the form of the holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So anybody who chants sincerely, with attention, with devotion, he will get Krishna's association. You can touch Krishna. If you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra nicely and hear attentively each word, you can touch Krishna. You can be in touch with Krishna always. That is a special process for Kali Yuga. So therefore, we must take advantage. And not only we should take advantage, we should help others also. There are so many people who are suffering in this material world because they have forgotten their connection with Krishna. So therefore, we should go tell them, why don't you chant Hare Krishna? Why don't you come for our session? Why don't you come and hear Bhagavad Gita? We should give opportunity. Whether they will choose to come or not, that is not in our control. But at least we should go and canvas. We should go and tell people, see, you're suffering. Come, no, come. This is the ultimate peace. You get Bhagavad Gita, knowledge. You get chanting. You come. This is a real social service. It's very much required. The more people forget Krishna, the more they are going to suffer. This is a fact. Because forgetfulness of Krishna makes us live an artificial life based on body. So therefore, we have to ourselves become Krishna conscious and help others also to become Krishna conscious. That is the best thing to do.